Okay. Somebody very close to Charlie Kirk just died under mysterious circumstances. Super mysterious, suspicious circumstances. And before you assume you know where this is going, you don't. It is so much weirder because the way this person died, the timing of when they died, and what was happening in the exact same week makes my job pretty easy. This shit writes itself at this point. It's like an SNL skit. And once I piece through these details and you see exactly how each moment intersects, you're going to believe that this death was a natural accident kind of thing, the way you would believe it if Usha Vance vanished in a car accident. Usha, I don't wish that upon anyone, but girl, watch out. And real quick, I'm Lauren Paritra. Willa Paritra is snoozing behind me. And we're going to ask you to take a quick moment to make sure you're subscribed. We currently have a lead on Katie Miller, who is the wife of Stephen Little Bitch Miller, the pale white nationalist from Santa Monica behind all of the ICE terror. She married him on purpose. And now she's building a podcast on the backs of trafficked immigrants. And I am fully bootstrapped. So consider every sub, every hype, every follow, every comment, 6 words or more, every action as an FU to Katie and Stephen Little Bitch Miller. It's truly the least we can do. So here's what we're going to do first. I'm going to show you how this is not the first time something like this has just happened, okay? Someone inconveniently close to power has died in a way that got officially ruled an accident real quick and then is really getting buried in the chaos. We're not seeing a lot of coverage of this. I'm not. When I came across this, I was like, no fucking way. And I'm going to show you also what Erika Kirk has been booked and busy with this week, all while this was happening, while someone she knew died. And I promise you, by the time we get there, you're going to feel the same low-grade dread that I've been feeling since I put this together. So let's start with what nobody in mainstream media is particularly interested in discussing. There's a pattern, a very documented pattern, observable, reoccurring pattern here. We're seeing unsettling instances throughout history and throughout recent history of people who have mysterious falls, who suddenly hit their head. We're also seeing elected officials put out statements proactively saying, I am not suicidal. I do not wish to end my life. I am happy, making it damn clear that if they die by suicide or under mysterious circumstances, that there was something sus at play. So this kind of thing happens and it leaves very little room to investigate. So let's talk about Ivana Trump.
A sudden tragic death, postponed depositions, online theorizing for what some self-appointed social media sleuths are saying about what they see as the suspicious timing of Ivana Trump's death.
Trump's first wife was found dead at the bottom of a spiral staircase. She fell down this staircase in her Manhattan townhome in July 2022. Blunt force trauma to the head. Medical examiners ruled it an accident. She designed that staircase herself. She had lived in that house for years. She knew every step. She just took a tumble. She Mitch McConnelled all the way down, which is an extremely interesting thing to think about. There's no verified information that contradicts this official ruling, but there are a lot of people who noticed that, when you piece this together with the fact that Trump buried her on his golf course in New Jersey for a tax break, something just doesn't add up. And when we've seen the pictures, I remember the first time I saw the photos of that plot of her burial site, it was unkempt. It was like nothing was even there. They couldn't give a less of a fuck about maintaining that gravesite. Trump only cares about his bag. So I'm going to let you fill in the blanks there. Hold on to that. We're going to come back to it. Now, I need to also show you what Miss Erika Kirk was up to this week, because the timing of this next part is also either a wild quinky dink or something else entirely. And you're gonna decide. So 2 people have been asking very public questions about Erika Kirk and what happened to Charlie. The first person is Zach DeGregio. He's a CPA with an MBA in finance. He's a finance bro. He posts financial analysis under the name Wolves in Finance. He is somebody who literally reads IRS filings for his day job. After Charlie died, he went through Turning Point USA's public financial documents, and he said that these documents raised serious questions. There were payments to companies that didn't get much attention at all, transfers between related entities, spending patterns he thinks deserve some scrutiny, and this is coming from a subject matter expert. He also claims Charlie's final actions before his death included drafting an internal memo calling for a full audit, of turning point in leadership changes. He posted about the drone situation at the event where Charlie was. Turning Point USA told him one drone was present for media purposes, while the head of Charlie's security said that no drones were present because of the airport proximity. Two completely different accounts of what happened and what was flying around in the air on the day that Charlie was, which is, something that I think if I was his wife, I would want clarity on. Erika Kirk sent him a cease and desist in January. That's the hill they chose to die on. They sent a legal letter over a word. The second person who received one of these cease and desists is Colin Campbell, who runs Project Constitution out of Maryland. He posted that Erika was involved in Charlie's and shared an audio clip that he said was her voice. It turned out it was somebody else's entirely. We know AI and deepfakes are really good these days, and there's a lot of, weird things. So we always really hesitate before we share something like that with you, and a ton of you guys sent it to me. It turned out to be somebody else entirely. She was in high school when this video was recorded, Erika Kirk. He retracted it, but not for almost a full day. And then the retraction itself repeated the original claim, which is a creative approach to like some sort of damage control, so respect. And then this week, the week of March 21st, Erika Kirk sent Campbell her third cease and desist letter. And here's how Turning Point USA is framing it publicly. They do not desire litigation. They want the post removed and an apology issued. So now here's the detail that I find really fascinating. The letter tells Campbell to preserve all of his evidence, his cell phone records, his signal messages, everything on his shared devices. Her legal team, Erika Kirk, is formally requesting that other people save communications while the entire internet is sitting there being like, if you're not filing an actual lawsuit, what's this all about? If that's not your interest. The answer is, of course, that filing a lawsuit would do what many hypothesize is trigger discovery, which discovery is one of those things that usually works on both ends. So that would likely subpoena her text messages, her communications, everything from before and after Charlie was. And we also remember, we've covered this in great detail, Erika is taking advantage of a legal loophole in the state where the jurisdiction where they're pursuing this criminal trial against Tyler Robinson. She's taking advantage of a loophole usually reserved for the accused, where she's asking for her right to a speedy trial. That is not something victims usually have a right to invoke. That sits with the person on trial. Weird. You think that you wouldn't encourage people to speed it up when it comes to a case that the general public, we almost know nothing about, right? Like, it's weird. So these letters are going out. 3 letters, where it's also one to Candace Owens, potential looming lawsuits, a legal team that is very interested in everyone else's phone records. Make of that what you will, but hold on to it because we are not at the main event yet. So something happened this week that barely also made a ripple, and it needs to be a much bigger story than it was. And I need you to think about Ivana Trump and the phrase consistent with a fall while I tell you this next part. I saw this thread from my pal V Spear under the desk news last night. And in a thread, they said, and let me pull this up. I think the way it was framed is worth reading out loud. Jeff Webb, the father of modern cheerleading, founder of Universal Cheer Association, the man who had a yacht called Cheer Force One, who was known as John D. Rockefeller with glitter, who was a major donor and advisor to the far right and to Trump, who also served as Charlie Kirk's mentor, has died following an injury he sustained playing pickleball. He died from an injury he sustained playing pickleball.
Again, we're on top of breaking news at this hour. The founder of Varsity Spirit, we learned, has died. Varsity, of course, is the largest cheer organization in the country, and it is headquartered right here in Memphis. Varsity posted to Instagram today confirming the loss of his founder, Jeff Webb. A cheerleading news organization reports that Webb died after a fall during a sporting activity and was in the hospital.
This guy was the mentor of Charlie Kirk.
Jeff took a lot of our conversations. We worked together on a lot of different things and wrote this terrific book. Jeff, welcome to the Charlie Kirk Show.
Great to be with you, my friend. Thank you for having me.
According to Cheer Daily, who obtained confirmation email from the president of Varsity Spirit, Webb was hospitalized with severe head trauma after his tumble. he Mitch McConnelled. His family eventually decided to remove him from life support. A spokesperson for Varsity Brands told the independent company that they were saddened by his passing. This is the full extent of what's officially been confirmed up at this point at the time of this recording on Saturday morning in California.
From 0 to 2 billion, 300,000 kids at camp, competitions all over the world, million uniform pieces a year, and doing something you love, only in America.
Jeff Webb is kind of the personification of the American dream.
I'm joined now by Jeff Webb, who is the founder and creator of Varsity Spirit.
Providing a platform.
This has Schmepstein written all over it. And there is clearly nothing Turning Point USA loves more than a dead man sizzle reel. He just had the plug pulled and there's already a sizzle reel with dramatic trumpet.
From 0 to 2 billion, 300,000 kids at camp.
Hear how many kids? 2,300,000 kids at camp. Okay. That sounds normal for an adult man.
I think that we're seeing, again, this is a life cut way too short. And I honestly believe that a little over a week ago, we lost a future president. I really do. But Charlie's impact is going to be felt for generations.
Please, if my time comes and y'all are still here, don't say it's an inspiration that I'm 6 feet fucking under. Woof. Okay. So Charlie, we know, was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom after he was offed. There was books published. We know that there's a lot of people involved and a lot of money involved. And we know from our vantage point, nobody on the outside is ever going to have full access to what went down. But we're going to keep pushing. He's gone. This guy is now gone. And I think there's a lot more to this story. How many billion kids? Why is an adult man in the cheerleading business? It feels very pageant-y to me. So while all this was happening, we can only assume Jeff Webb knew things and now he's gone. No cause of death beyond taking a tumble, Mitch McConnelling after a game of pickleball. Confirmation email obtained by the cheerleading news site in a statement from a sportswear company for cheer saying that they were saddened. Ivana Trump knew things. Now she is buried in Trump's golf course in New Jersey for a tax break. The people closest to these worlds keep dying in remarkable ways. And somehow the story is not getting enough coverage. So we're going to keep digging in here. Again, if this is the first video of mine that you're seeing, I'm Lauren Paritra. Willa Paritra is behind me. She is my boss and four-legged co-host. We can't do this without your support. Make sure you're subscribed, follow. We'll soon be available on audio, so you can find us soon where all podcasts are available. Follow us across socials. I am Lauren P. Can't do this without you. You want to say something to your fan? And you want to say anything to the mic? We are Charlie Kirk. Okay. Ta-ta for now.